Hey friends, this week I'm going to talk to you about getting your mules to standstill mount and kind of walk you through if you have any issues. Now, I got Riata here with me and she's pretty good to get on, but and everything I have here is good to get on, so I don't really have anything to show you that would be a good example of corrections or things to fix. But nonetheless, you can get the idea of what I'm doing here, and it'll give you something to work on. And after I show you how to get on here from the ground and work on this, I'll show you on the mounting block as well, because I know a lot of you use a mounting block. So anyways, I'll get going on this. There's no excuse for your mules not to stand still. Now, if you've done a good job on the previous steps, if you guys have watched our saddling with quality video, then these things should make a lot of sense to you, and it shouldn't be anything new to you. And then if you have your groundwork going really good too, then really they ought to stand. And you know, if you go to get on and they're having some issues, you can always pinpoint some pieces there that are probably lacking on your groundwork. But nonetheless, your mule should wait for you as long as it takes to get on, and you shouldn't be in a hurry. I feel like a lot of people get in a big hurry when they go to get on because they're afraid of their mule wanting to walk off on them. But you should be able to take as long as you like. So if it takes you 5 minutes to climb up in here, why, they should wait for you 5 minutes. But you know, some mules will even get fidgety as you start to prepare to get on. They might get to where they want to kind of move or lean or tip or whatever, and I might square her up. There you go, she'll take me better that way. You might notice that on your mules. If you square them up to where they can support your weight a little bit better, they might not want to move so much. If you get on them when they're a little out of balance, they may want to move, so you might pay attention to things like that. But at any time, if I went to get on this mule here and lifted my leg up, which this stirrup's really high for me, she's a big mule, but if she went to move at all, I would simply just pick up on my left rein. And of course, I'm going to make her move here, but she'd be moving if she was going to walk off on me. But I'd just roll her hinds around like this. I'm going to walk to that tail, and I'm going to roll the hips all the way around like this, do a full circle like that, and then I'd let her reset. But I'm willing to do that as many times as it takes. So if I went to get on again and she goes to move, I'd roll the hinds. That's basically your main option that's going to be most beneficial to you when you're at this point. Okay, I'll square her up so she can take me a little bit better here. So you just kind of move and see how she wants to kind of step like that. Well, she would have done that when I'd step up in the saddle, so she needs to kind of hold still and square up for me, or else she wouldn't be able to take me there. I'll roll the hinds again. There, that's a little better. Okay, let's see if she can. There you go. All right, now I'll go to step up here, and if she moved at this point, it's easy just to step back and roll the hinds again. Once you're committed right here, and say she went to walk off on you, you have two options. Your first option is to just pick up on this rein, and of course they'd want to move, so they'd just roll around you here. You could do that easy enough. Or if you was a little bothered, well, just step down. Okay, once you're at this point, I'm committed all the way now. So if she went to step off here, I'd do the same thing. I'd just pick up on this rein, and of course, if your mule's wanting to move, they'd probably just waller all the way around here. Just keep holding that rein. Don't use your legs, don't use your seat, and just wait until they stop their feet and flex, and then you can release. If I release the rein and she went to walk off again, I might even try the other side. I might slide down this rein, pick up on it, and she might waller the other way. That's okay, I got all day. But I can't tell you how important it is to get them standing still for you when you guys go to get on. It leads to so many other things, and even if they go to take a few steps like that, I'll pick up on them there. She needs to wait for me. If I wanted to get on her, there's an example. Say she wants to walk off there, I just pick up on her there. But I'm not going to pull back on two reins to get them to stand here yet. Remember, picking up on two reins for my mules is going to be a progression. It's going to be something that they have to be qualified for. Okay, so there's some specific uses I'm going to have, as you guys keep following along on these videos, that you'll use 2 reins for. So anyways, that's what I'd do. I'd pick up on it as many times as I need to, as much as she walked off, and I just wait. I'm willing to sit here for a half hour or longer, as long as it takes, really. I found when you put a time limit to things like that, you know, you're kind of asking for some failure there. So I'll just take as long as it takes. All right, and I'd encourage you, you know, you don't have to follow the old rules of getting on from the left side. You're not in the cavalry, you know, at least I don't think you are. So you can practice getting on from the right side too. You can get on from both sides, and your mule ought to be good getting on both sides. They ought to be good on both sides there, because I might be on a trail here and I might need to get off on the upside and then get back on from the upside. So anyways, get them good on both those things. All right, and then once you are on, they ought to be able to wait for you as long as it takes. If I want to stand here 30 minutes, you ought to wait 30 minutes. All right, I'm going to show you the mounting block now. And I know, because I know a lot of you use a mounting block here. Now, if your mule's not too handy at coming up to a mounting block, I highly recommend you put the mounting block against the fence. So there'd be a fence right here behind me. That way you only have to operate on 180 degrees rather than 360. But once you kind of get it going, it really doesn't matter. You can be out here in the open like this. And I'll just see if I can't bring her up here next to me on this thing here. And if she can't make it, I'll send her back. But I'm only going to operate her on this 180 degrees. I don't want her to get behind me. I want her to stay right here with me like this. There's a good little try. Good, I'll bring her up a little bit more. She says she'll just step right over it. I'll send her back again. I'll back her up again here. There you go, let's try this again. Come up here. Right there be good. That's good right there. Okay, and at this point, she's still a little too close, but you kind of get the idea. I think I'll send her out here again. I'll send her back. See, I'm not going to let her get behind me. If I can help it, I'll keep her out ahead of me. Bring her back up here. Right there, don't get too close to me. That's good. That's a little too far. So you just kind of play around with it, and you take your time. And if it helps you, this is just a little mounting block that my daughters use. But if you're a little worried about standing on something, get you something with a little bit bigger platform, and that'll be a little easier for you. But you just practice getting these mules up to you like this. And if you watch the previous videos about the fence work, this will make a lot of sense to you, because instead of being up here on the fence, you got the mounting block. Like I said, if they're having some issues coming up the mounting block, be along the fence. So you have the fence right here behind you. Okay, but anyways, at this point you could do the same thing. And if I wanted to get on here and she wanted to move again, then I would just step down simply, and I'd roll the hinds around, you know, send her back through here again, roll the hinds around, and I could try as many times as I needed to get this set up here. I'd bring her back up, and I'd try again. But you could do that as much as you kind of need to. She likes to get real close. So it gives me something to work on here. I'll send her through. There you go. If you watch my fence work too, she likes to get up a little too close on the fence. So I got some work to do on that. Now don't get so close. Right there's good. She says, oh, I'll scoot you off. I'll just send her through again. I might stand in front of the mounting block, bring her up to me right here, like this. See if I can bring her up here. And of course, if you're not too handy at it, you just have your lead rope on, you're haltering your lead rope, excuse me, instead of working off the snaffle bit. If your mule's handy, then why, it shouldn't matter. It shouldn't be a big deal at all. Come on up. Come on up right here. Right here, that's good. Don't lean on me. She says she wants to lean on me. But one thing I won't do, and I highly recommend you do not do it, is do not chase your mule around with the mounting block, following them around with the mounting block. You need to bring them to the mounting block. Don't bring the mounting block to them. Don't be that person It follows their mule around and picks it up. Come up right here. That's good right there. So I could practice that while my feet are on the ground, and then I could climb up here. And the whole goal with both standing still to mount and getting them to come up to the mounting block is you got to make it real good when they're here. That's how they learn. They learn when you release and when you quit. So you make it real easy to be here with them right here and make it a good place for them to hang out, and they'll find it anytime. So, and then again, like I said, same thing with getting on from the ground. Get to where you can work on getting your mule to come up to the mounting block on both sides. So anyways, I hope this video is helpful to you, and hopefully it gives you something to kind of work at. And those of you that don't use a mounting block, I'd recommend you get them good to come up to the mounting block anyways. You never know who might need some help out on the trail, or who might ride your mule. And if they can come up to the fence, or if they can come up to the mounting block, and if they stand still to mount, there's a lot of other things I'll be able to do as well. So anyways, hope this helps you. Thanks for watching. God bless you. We'll see you down the road.